Birmingham, a place of industry, revolution, craft and art. A city rich in history and full of the stories left by its people. This unique heritage and these exciting stories are commemorated and remembered by blue plaques that can be found all across the city. Since the 1950s, the Heritage Committee of Birmingham Civic Society has been erecting these plaques, honouring the people and places that made the city what it is today.
I think it's important to commemorate people that have made a contribution to the city in some way. People kind of drop out of the public consciousness when they actually have made quite an important contribution. And so it's really nice to remember those people and revive interest in them.
The blue plaques are a visual marker of the city's history, so I think they're a really nice way of connecting the past with the present.
They are important because they record some historical events, or most importantly, the work that important people did for Birmingham. It's for future generations, really. It's part of the history of Birmingham.
Local poet Casey Bailey has grown up inspired by the blue plaques that have given the buildings around his home special meaning.
I still remember the first time I saw a blue plaque. It said Sir Arthur Conan Doyle lived here. I'm looking at this plaque thinking, no way he lived here. He maybe wrote some of Sherlock Holmes right here. And as a writer, I used to go and sit on the canal very close to that plaque, write songs, write poems, and kind of be inspired. I think that blue plaques have the ability to change people's perceptions of the city. When you see those little things, oh, someone from Birmingham did that. That person came and lived in Birmingham for a period of time. Just makes you think, actually, this city's got a lot richer history than we really realise.
The blue plaques across Birmingham commemorate many different people for many different reasons. From scientists and artists to politicians and writers, their contributions to Birmingham have left their mark on the city. The Heritage Committee is responsible for deciding who gets to have their name immortalised on a plaque.
We consider people eligible for a blue plaque when they've made a significant contribution to Birmingham. They need to have been dead for 20 years. That just gives you a period of time when you can really assess their significance.
Once an individual has been decided upon, a lot of research has to take place, especially when considering where to locate it.
Well, what we're trying to do is put a story behind the person that's named on the plaque. We have to decide, well, where's best for it to go, so that will be based on maybe their residential location or their offices. It can be lots of different places, and we have to decide which one will be seen the most by the public.
After the Heritage Committee approves the wording, design and location, the plaque itself is produced. Leander Architectural has been making the plaques for years, and it's their craftsmanship and skill that give them their recognisable look.
Creating a blue plaque involves drawing it first of all, and then we make the pattern. And the pattern is a circular disc of wood, and all the individual letters are glued on one at a time, and then it's ready for moulding. We fill that mould up with sand. The sand has a resin and a hardener in it. It sets, then you turn it over and gently prise the pattern out, and you've got a negative mould. The next step, you've got holes into the mould to pour the metal. The metal we use is aluminium with 10% silicon in it. It makes the metal more fluid, it doubles its tensile strength, it doubles its corrosion resistance, so it's wonderful stuff. Then we let it cool, knock it out, and you'll see the result. It's fascinating work.
After cooling, the plaque is painted and then it's ready to be erected, and often the Heritage Committee will organise an unveiling event to mark the occasion.
I always get a lump in the throat that when we actually come to unveil a plaque, when they do pull the curtain and the plaque is revealed, then that's a great feeling. I'm proud to do it.
Birmingham Civic Society has erected almost 100 blue plaques throughout the city and its surrounding areas, each telling their own unique, fascinating story to thousands of people every day.
It's really interesting to be part of the committee that decides on the Blue Plaques. You do tend to get to know quite a bit about the city's history. It's really nice to be able to add to the city's memory in some way.
I really enjoy collaborating with my colleagues to think about the Blue Plaques. It's quite an honour really to be deciding, who should be honoured in the city.
Blue Plaques are aspirational, and I think that when we see them, we ask ourselves, what would we need to do? Could we have a legacy that's that important? So I think that's really great.
Anyone can nominate an individual for a Blue Plaque. In the coming years, Birmingham Civic Society will continue to proudly grow the number of plaques in the city, reflecting the diversity of its people and its incredible past. For more information, please visit the Birmingham Civic Society website.